Good morning, folks, and welcome to Breakfast Stream. Guess I just only now realized I have the green blanket up. It's fine. It's not a problem. I'm only just now realizing that it's here. You wanna take this and put this on the chair? Well,
Why don't you just set it next to you?
on the ground? I guess things can go on the ground. I'm worried if I put it on the ground that Kepper will come up and be like, "Oh, this blanket." Fixed it. Hi everybody. How y'all doing today? It's a new week. It is the first day of February.
Take that.
I'm not sure where January went.
It went to all your stuff.
Yeah. January was the worst month I've had in a long time. There was a lot of stuff that I have had to deal with, but January had some good moments too. It wasn't all, doom and gloom. Why can't I get... I go to clean my glasses sometimes with my shirt, and what I'm attempting to do is I'm trying to get rid of smudges. Mm-hmm. I get rid of smudges, but then I'm left with like a piece of fuzz or a cat hair or a fleck of something, and then it's like completely blocking my view, and I'm like, what's going on?
Okay, you just go like...
Sometimes. It's better. Okay. So anyway, yeah, I'm hoping that I'm hoping that February will be a better month. We'll see. We'll see. I would like to have an easier time soon. Speaking of having an easier time, I'm gonna just preemptively say that the odds of there being a first 20 stream today are almost zero. I could maybe somehow pull this out. I don't know. I kind of doubt it, but maybe. Maybe. And the reason is, last night I spent a few hours trying to get everything set up, and the computer crashed every few minutes. And I was like, so it was fun. That's the big question, right? When you're installing Windows 10. That's how I feel. So, the only things that I did a bunch of stuff, and the only thing I really changed is I had plugged up some USB receivers for a wireless mouse and keyboard. I did that, and then I installed Steam. Those are the only changes I made to my computer. So last night, after working with things for a few hours and trying to figure stuff out, I was like, well, those are the only things I've done. Let me just unplug those USB receivers, and I'm going to go to bed. So I woke up, and I've had this computer on for, almost an hour, and it has not frozen. And I'm starting to believe that it was the USB receivers. The thing that is particularly funny to me is that those USB receivers are for a wireless Corsair keyboard and a wireless Corsair mouse. And they're plugged up to a Corsair computer. In other words, all hail Logitech, I guess. I'm going to keep looking into it because, again, things are, functional right now, which is good. But we'll see. So after the stream, I might plug them back in, see if I can get it to crash. And if that's the answer, then haha! Guess I'm gonna go to the store and buy a Logitech keyboard. God. I think those things will actually run off of Bluetooth. Maybe I could just get like a Bluetooth dongle and it would solve it. I don't know. Because this one works. I don't even like Logitech, and this one works. Anyway, so that's just letting everybody know that that's where we're at right now, and that it's not out of not trying. I got vlogs cut up. Yeah, rip both Corsair and and Elgato. Although Elgato is owned by Corsair now, so that they were doomed. They were completely doomed. Anyway, I got vlogs caught up, which is good, and it's why I had the time last night to really dive into getting First 20 stuff set up. So, you know, it's as frustrating as this always been, and it's been very frustrating, because I get really mad when stuff that I need for work doesn't function. I know that I'll get it figured out. Yeah, and part of the vlogs being caught up is we have a PlayStation 5. Courtesy of Sacroselica, which was extremely generous and extremely nice. And we got a chance to use that opportunity to watch Lord of the Rings. So, like, it was a good weekend. It was a good weekend. We had a really good weekend. We had a really, really good Sunday. And then, you know, leading into, last night, me setting this up and being like, oh... okay.
I spent all of yesterday making eBay listings and making Redbubble. Like, they call them works.
We drastically underestimated how long it was going to take.
Yeah.
We thought that... because you didn't release your video last night, right?
Oh, no. It was midnight by the time I had all that done.
Yeah, we worked on that all day. Because I didn't get started working on this until last night. It's a spoiler, but it'll be out today. Mm-hmm. Mal's video that she worked on has multiple pieces up for auction, because she did a bunch of little tests and did a bunch of honestly just did a bunch of extra works too. So,
like some are just like the real one.
The real
and
one.
Some are just.
I'm looking forward to people seeing it, because Mal did this last year. I think it was about a year ago. Mal did one where she released a bunch of pieces at once. And the advantage of that is that there's a lot of folks that they really like Mal's art. They'd love to own an original.
Especially international people.
They'd love to own a Mal Makes original, but the problem is, bidding seldom is under like $500 for a Mal Makes painting, which I get. There's like one a month. There's very limited supply of them, so people want them. So by offering a bunch of pieces at once, generally, a lot of them end up going for lower. So folks that couldn't put $500 in to get a piece can still bid and actually realistically get a piece. So that's the advantage of releasing a bunch.
And shipping is less because they're smaller.
Yeah. So more people have a chance to get a Mal Makes original. So just keep an eye out for that today. We should, God willing, be able to get that out today. It's everything. Everything took a long time yesterday, but we're
ready.
Close.
Everything's ready.
Oh, it's all ready.
You just wanted to check something. The full isn't done.
Okay.
But.
Okay. All right. Cool. Well, today and not that long into today. That's my plan. All right. Let's read alerts because I have not done that. 36 months from Kazayumi. Congrats on the 3. 35 months from BC 2014. 22 months from Pete Cow, 27 months from Noah, 25 months from Chill Days, 24 months from Maximin 88882. That's a 2. 26 months from Gonzo Tinkerman, 24 months, clapping a lot today, from Moonlit Boulevard. That is also a 2. 38 months from Cosmic Searle. Cosmic Searle. 8 months from Just Camden. Has it said Searle for a while? Has it said? I feel, because it's Cosmic Surf, but now I'm like, well, the L and the F, they're actually really cool. Like, because has it? See, my brain, a few months, seriously? Your brain fills in information. Once you see a tiny bit of information, your brain fills in the rest. So that's what happens. And then it leads to me just being like, wow. Okay, fun fact, this happens to me all the time. We're driving Highway 17, like the main street. In where we live, everything is on one road. It's just, that's how beaches are. So we're driving 17, and I'll see a place, and I'll be like, well, look at that. Look what they put in there.
How long has that been there?
How long has that been there? And it's been like 3 years. And I'll be like, what? What? She'll be like, yeah, it's been there for 3 years. And the problem is, if you see the place that comes before it and the place that comes after it, your brain fills in the gap.
Which is what was Hardee's and Dunkin' Donuts, so you totally just didn't pay attention.
Yeah. I do that all the time.
We drove to the post office because we had to drop off taxes and Patreon prints. And Steven's like, what's that? And I'm like, the furniture store? And he's like, yeah. How long has it been there? And I was like, forever?
How long has this Sears been gone? I do know where all the stabbings were. I tried to keep it like a running tab. Where were the stabbings? How long ago were the stabbings?
See, I know where all the fires were. Emil even commented. He's like, wow, a lot of fires.
There's also some unusual fires. I take an interest in the unusual fires.
Like the fact that the flea market burned down twice in the same year.
They were really close together, too. Mm-hmm. Anyway, 29 months from RunT.exe. 8 months from Cookie Monster Alter Ego. 300 bits from Annie11037, who says, just wanted to say thanks for always having some laughs and chill vibes here and on the channel. My parents are more likely than not separating in the coming days, and it really goes a long way. Aw. Well, first off, good vibes.
Good vibes.
Good vibes, because I know that can be extremely difficult. But we certainly wish you the best in navigating that, because that's a complex issue.
Yeah, it is.
That's a very complex issue. But if you need laughs and chill vibes, that's literally it's what we do, I guess.
Is that the new slogan?
Laughs and chill vibes. I mean, that's part of it. The full slogan is really long.
Does it involve Kepler?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it involves like food, and it doesn't fit very well.
Yeah.
In places we need to write the slogan, so we just take chunks of the slogan and we put it where we need it. Good vibes. We also have 39 months from Sapphire Becca, 19 months from Crystallized Fish, 31 months from Gold Mage 162. It's because the next one is 24 months from Gamer Girl Life 2108. Congrats on 2. See, sometimes you're reading something, but your brain is moving ahead, and I'm like,
faster than your mouth.
I'm like, whoa, brain, slow on down there. There's a speed limit in my head. That's a good line. That's a good line. You gotta remember that one. That one's free for everybody. 28 months from Rara Oaks, 13 months from Rookie Trainer, 20 months from Nelm Knight, 33 months from We Win.
Wait. Thomas is here. Do you remember what today is?
Is today Thomas's birthday?
That's what my computer said.
I look upon Thomas's birthday with utter disdain.
Happy birthday, Thomas.
And the reason
he said, "Are you sure?"
And the reason I do, is because in the first year that we knew Thomas, I felt, I honest to God, we'd be on Facebook. This was back when people used Facebook. We'd be on Facebook. Thomas Mao is on board with this story. This is real. we'd be on Facebook, and it would come up on Facebook and be like, today is Thomas's birthday. And we'd be like, oh, happy birthday, Thomas. And then it was like a few months later, and Facebook was like, did you know today's Thomas's birthday? And I'd be like, no, wasn't Thomas's birthday just recently? And she's like, yeah, I feel like it. I was like, huh, that's weird. Happy birthday, Thomas. And like this kept happening.
It happened like 3 times.
It happened like 3 times. And we
were like, it was just Thomas's birthday.
And I remember me and Mal having like a conversation in Colombia, be like, is Thomas constantly altering his birthday on Facebook? Is this a thing that's happening? And Thomas has denied this up and down that this has ever happened. But like me and Mal have like this conspiracy theory that like, yeah, he was definitely doing that.
So now we can never trust his birthday.
But I was on Mal's computer last night, working on stuff when that pop-up came up, and it was like, Thomas's birthday.
Tomorrow.
And Mal was like, look at that. Look at that. Look, it's Thomas's birthday. And I went, yeah, right, and closed the tab, because I was like, there's no way. I don't trust it. Anyway, happy maybe birthday, Thomas. Maybe. Anyway, Brandon says, I just put it on my calendar so Thomas can't change it. See, Tom has been probably hacking into our computer to update our iCal events.
Into my spreadsheet where I have everyone's...
Right, he says, if that's even your real name. Thomas says, thanks. You can use your cups for coffee or give me your Twitch Prime. So where are we? Oh my god, hot chocolate. Christ. So here's the thing. I was planning on letting hot chocolate stick around until the end of February. So let me speak very directly to coffee and tea fans. You've had a month, and you just really let things slip out of your hands. I mean, like this is a mess. This is an absolute mess. Are you gonna let the hot chocolate folks do this to you? Are you seriously gonna let this happen? Because this is astounding. This is wild.
I don't have any cups.
Coffee and tea they just gave up. They're like, well, hot chocolate's back in town. There's nothing we can do. Anyway, you got a month. And one of 2 things is going to happen. Either coffee and tea are going to take their rightful place above hot chocolate, or hot chocolate is going to further embarrass coffee and tea to the point of, like, they'll never be able to be in the same room ever again. Just throwing that out there. People have probably used up all their cups for Pokemon. Everyone's like, oh, how many cups left? By the end of this stream, hot chocolate's going to be so far in the limp, I'll be like, gosh darn it. Anyway, where was I? Are you good? You having a good? He looks really happy.
He was in his chair this morning, and you hadn't pulled the curtain back yet. So I snuck over there because I knew that's where he was, and I peeked around the little curtain, and there he was in his chair, happy.
I came up here earlier than I normally would because I was so concerned that breakfast stream would not have any stability. And I'm learning that pulling the USB receivers out of the computer before I went to bed last night apparently was the correct move. I can't believe it. But I mean, I'm not 100% sure yet, but like I can't believe that would be it. Computers were a mistake. Gamer Girl Life 2108 gifted 2 subs to Mike and Test Play and Ravenous Otter. That's a good name. Hearing Different Man says Brando Doggo keeps sticking his nose under the baby gate to bark at the cats. The cats are not as impressed by this as he thinks they ought to be. It's been a noisy morning. My sincerest wishes for everyone to have a quiet day. If you've had a noisy morning, that you have a quiet day. My wish every day is a quiet day. That's what I want. Vagabond says, as an IT person, wireless USB mice have prevented some computers from booting for some reason. Happens too often. That's so upsetting. Like, that does make me want to try the route of Bluetooth, though. Because at least Bluetooth is a standard. But I guess there could still be problems with, like, you know...
I have no idea where you're going with this.
There could still be problems with the dongle, you know? Anyway, again, computers are dreadful. Thunderbits from the Shaman says, I've returned from my year-long journey away from breakfast streams. Still been watching the vlogs, though. I've had stomach pain, too, and found that waiting a few hours after eating before sleeping helps a lot. Well, that's good. I'm having something different. Although, and this is new. This is new. Folks will be interested in knowing this. So remember the other day I had spaghetti, and then on the next day of the vlog I was like, oh god, I had spaghetti. Since then, I've been doing better about keeping my pills in me. Because when I had the spaghetti, I'd been doing about 2 pills a day when I'm supposed to be doing 3, but it's been really hard to do. At least I wasn't doing 1 or missing any, but I was only doing 2 a day. Since then, I got back up to 3 a day. And the other night, when we watched Lord of the Rings, Mom made tomato basil. She felt terrible about it because she was like, wait, can you not have this? And I was like, we'll see. I had the tomato basil, and I didn't have any problems. And that night, I was like, you know what? I'm a wreck myself. And I was like, are you sure this is a good idea? I was like, I have a suspicion. I have a suspicion that it's not the food that's causing me problems. It's not keeping the pills in me.
Which is what I said.
Yeah. That too. It's like, it was not having the pills in me that was causing the problems. And I knew I'd been taking all my pills. So when I had tomato basil, I came home that night and I had multiple coffees. Because how are you going to watch Extended Edition? We started at like 11. It was a mistake.
It was a mistake.
So, that's what I did. I actually had multiple coffees that night on top of my tomato basil.
Yeah.
And I was fine. It might be a thing I told you to go to eat.
Yeah, Chaz.
So anyway... The
first day he started skipping pills and went to only 2 a day, he was like, it hurt. And I was like, it might be the pills.
Turns out it might be the pills. So, what does that mean? Well, I don't know. But I can tell you that when I take all my pills, and it's hard, it's just really hard. When I take all my pills and I can keep the pills in my system, that I can eat things and drink the things that are like, oh no, this is bad, and like, it hasn't caused me any problems. Just saying. It makes you wonder if I am having a stomach ulcer. Because if I was having a stomach ulcer, wouldn't I still have issues?
The pills are for stomach ulcers. If they weren't doing anything, then it wouldn't be that.
So you think it's still a stomach ulcer?
Yes.
I can eat and drink now. Because I got up, like, so early. But I have a cat, so...
Give me the cat. I'm cold anyway.
Coffee!
But I like the cat.
He'll go back on your lap.
Yeah,
he likes you.
He probably will. Okay, well... I'm gonna get, I'm not gonna have coffee this morning. I'm not gonna have coffee this morning. Because I could still have... an ulcer.
Yeah.
So I should limit it, but I liked my little test.
You should have enjoyed it while you can.
I did. And also I had to have some coffee to watch Lord of the Rings. We'll start next Sunday earlier, so I won't need to do that. Hey buddy, I am going to have a green tea. Because that's like the only hot beverage I can drink. Can you lift your little head?
Too tired.
Oh my god, you are really out of it. Buddy,
Oh, I was gonna say, when I went to look at him this morning,
Yeah.
there's a golf ball in the yard again, but it's super close to the house.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I wonder if it hit the house.
Don't know. Didn't break any glass as far as I can see.
Okay, bud. I'll put you over here, okay? Is your lap ready?
It's ready.
For receiving?
He is fighting you.
It's like transferring a Pokemon. Doot, 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 doot.
He looked at you like you've betrayed him.
Well, I feel like I'm betraying him. Stay there, bud.
Hi, sweetie.
I'll take care of this for you, too.
Thank you.
Since
Thank
I'm on
you.
my way down.
Thank you.
I'm gonna get a toaster strudel and a green tea.
Is there more than one toaster strudel?
Yeah, there's 2 left. You want one?
Sure. Drake asks, how often do they get across the ditch? We get golf balls in the summer, maybe once a week. In the winter, it's like maybe once a month. But they can't get across it to get them, so they just stay in our yard. And I try to throw them back to the golf course because otherwise the mower will go over them. And like, it's the hole for that, whatever hole number that is a straight shot. Like, and there's trees. So like, if you're looking top down, it's like the tee, and then there's like trees, the ditch, and then the green. So it's like straight to the green, but they somehow still like managed to get around these trees into our yard. I don't know. He's coming back, Kepi. They should get bonus negative points for that, Brandon says. Yeah. I suspect, actually, that our back door window was broken before we moved in and replaced for the glass because of it. Because it doesn't seem like it was made well or, like, meant to fit. Like, the door feels very strange to me. I had to put a lot of weather stripping on a house that is not that old to get that door to not have any daylight shine through the edges. And then the glass inset into the door doesn't seem right either. So. Keyboard. I can't. We have 300 bits from Radio Dread. Let's all change our usernames so slightly to mess with Grandpa. I'll change it to Radio Dead for Halloween because that fits well. See, this is like Thomas switching his birthday. 300 bits from Kyle Jensen. Congratulations on being one of the 13 people to own a PS5. In honor of this fact, I have decided to watch the stream on my PS5. Also, I'd be curious if Twitch... sorry, I meant to ask. If analytics could tell I'm watching from PS5. Can analytics tell if you watch from a PS5?
I think that it'll tell you a console, but I don't know if it'll tell you PS5. It might.
Okay. Steven says it might.
I'd have to look into it. I know it usually differentiates consoles, though.
It differentiates consoles, though, he said, so. We have 27 months from Writer Book Ninja, thank you. And 18 months from Desitel Racing 62. 481 bits from Padawan Becca. These bits are only for Thomas Jonte. They can only be used if you are Thomas Jonte. You cannot use them in the namesake of Thomas Jonte. They must be given directly to Thomas. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, Thomas. Drake says we can hear him pretty well despite being far away. Yeah, he's at the bottom of the stairs talking to us.
It's like he's still here with us.
Kepler thinks so. He's waiting on you. He moved to your spot. Steven no longer has a seat. Oh, I need to switch my legs. There we go. 500 bits from Danny X6. My favorite type of subjective survey is the one with the correct answer. Hashtag Team Hot Chocolate. It's still climbing. Like, coffee got almost 40-ish. Almost to 240. But it's still not even close. 300 bits from Maximan, who said, since hot chocolate is going away soon, I want to propose the introduction of a permanent third cup milk. See, I speak for many people when I say I don't like coffee or tea, including milk. Will give people a chance like us a morning drink we can truly stand behind. There's seasonal drinks. Some of them are cold. We have 300 bits from Goldmage, who said, I'm a shrimp, and I shra. It's what I do. I'm really glad now I can shra because I'm a shrimp. If you don't like it, you are weak. Yes, you are shredding. I'd be dead. I'll be dead now. You should gloat and I'll make a coat. Shra. Hi, welcome back.
I heard about shrimp.
Shrimp.
I'm gonna hand this to you.
Thank you.
And then hand this to you.
Thank you.
And then, well, you're gonna
hand that to me too?
Don't drop that.
Actually.
Yeah. Why would I hand this?
Set
to you?
that over
Just
there.
Move the cat.
Kitty.
Buddy, I love you, but you gotta move a little bit, or I'll run the risk of spilling the liquid on you.
Or me.
Or Mal. Both are bad. I'm having tea, so I got the tea mug. That made the most sense to me. Thank you. One day I'll put our little table back. I haven't.
Yeah, you haven't.
But one day I will.
Brandon says, or Noah says, we already know what happens when Kepler gets liquids on him.
There may be pre-existing evidence for such a thing. I moved it. Okay, so I moved. We have the little table, and I keep it here for breakfast streams since we have food. Mm-hmm. And then I move it out of the way for Friday streams. But because I haven't been eating or drinking anything on breakfast stream, I don't think about it.
You don't think about the fact that I still need it.
Correct. So I just haven't moved it back. It does make it a lot more convenient.
It does.
Not for Mal.
No.
But as a concept of trying to move it in, because I actually don't have very much room. I have to like wiggle things and move things around to get them to fit in here. This room is really not as large as I would like. I would like it if it was twice as large. Maybe even like 3 times as large as its current size. I would utilize that space. I actually would.
Thanks for not melting the frosting.
I remembered on the very last one we have, I remembered not to do it. You're welcome. Anyway, 300 bits from It Me Pat, who says, when you do have coffee, what kind/what brand do you usually get, or what would you recommend? I don't know if I'm the best person to ask because I really don't have a lot of preferences on it. To be perfectly...
We tend to prefer a bold dark roast.
Tend to.
Yeah.
Tend to. I'll drink anything, to be honest. But... Hi, Subby.
That was a battleship.
Baddie shippy. Bodie. That subby was from Blastoise Eats Non, who says, "Woo, back from India and I tested negative. Nice. Nice." That's kind of like the hope, right? Is if you're going somewhere and you're gonna do something that you get the negative test. Well, congrats and welcome back, and also thank you for the tier 3 at 20 months. And I hope your trip was good. I want to go to India. There's a lot of places I want to go. India is amongst them. Mal, you're right about this frosting.
See, it doesn't like totally melt and go all over the place.
You are right about so much.
I do love hearing that I'm right.
You and Chaz both. Come on out. Come on out. I don't know about everyone else, but when it comes to like, I don't know, these little packs of stuff, like I I gotta squeeze that. I want every little... I don't want to be robbed of icing. You know what I mean? I'm only like that with sweet things. If I get something that has like a pack of like salad dressing, oh, I don't need all the salad dressing. Like I'll just use what I need, just a little bit. That's fine. But if it's sweet, I'm like, no, I paid for that. I need all of it. Robbed of icing is a great Scott. I agree. We also have 19 months from Shadow Panther 94 and 25 months from the Thunder Striker. Thank you both. And as I get started on eating this, alerts are caught up.
Good job. Vlogs are caught up.
Ska.
Ska was courtesy of Radio Dread.
Thank you for inventing ska. A duet.
Dive into satisfaction with Tiny Eddie's Pie Richies.
Pie Richies come to us courtesy of the Reeler, who says, Minuscule Edward, what food shall we give to the technology gods? Because as soon as you talked about your computer crashing, my laptop crashed. You are cursed, Stephen George. No. You have me confused with Protonathan Jonathan. This is coincidence. John is cursed. I am cursed adjacent.
Is it contagious?
You're screwed. Have I ever had a Richie? I know we've talked about this before, but like, have I had one? I gotta get me one of them. Next time I'm in Indiana, you know, home of the Richies, I want to get myself one. You are not cursed, but first 20 is. Yes. That's how I like, I want everyone to know that I hate this. It bothers me to like, you don't even know how much it bothers me. Whenever I'm like, I'm gonna do this, and then I can't do it, it's bad. It's not good. Because I've needed to do it for, you know, a month, and now I'm finally ready to do it, and now the computer's like, I don't know, maybe not. So, here's my plan. By the way, my plan is, if it can happen today by some sort of miracle, then like, cool, that'd be great. But I have testing and stuff to do, so I feel like it's gonna eat into the time. If it can't happen today, I'm gonna maybe try and do it tomorrow.
You cannot do it Thursday.
Yeah, busy Thursday. But that's the plan.
That's the plan.
Because disc only is not tonight.
Yeah.
So that is happening next week. Oh, this is good. I know we're out of these.
Yeah.
And we don't need to get any more.
We don't need to get raspberry ones?
These aren't raspberry?
No, those are strawberry. The raspberry ones are a little tangy.
Huh. Yeah, I guess these are strawberry. Anyway.
The flavor is red, Renee says.
That's how I feel, you know. The only thing I can discern is cherry. Cherry's always like real different and real strong. But the other stuff, it's like, it's pretty close. It's pretty close.
Savor the fresh-baked goodness of Tiny Eddie's smoked crow squares.
This is an earthbound delight. 1000 Bits from Shy says, do not underestimate the power of the muffin. The muffin will smite all naysayers. He who controls the muffin will control the entire world. I mean, muffins are great. Have you heard of squares? It's like a muffin, but compressed. So in Mother 1, there is, actually it's one of the first enemies you encounter, is a smoking crow. It's a crow, but it's smoking. It's a bird, but with an increased chance for lung cancer. You also fight semis. It's a weird game, but I guess Earthbound is weird too. So like,
Yeah.
I don't know. You fight taxis. You fight crazy taxis. Not like Axel or BD Joe, like the actual taxi. Anyway.
Kids and mouses all go wild for Tiny Eddie's aged silk puffs.
From Blastoise Eats 9, hey Eddie, what authentic American food should I get after all that airplane food? Nothing screams American more than aged silk puffs. When I try to envision American food in my head, right above hamburger and fries is aged silk puff. If I'm not eating silk, I'm just not happy.
Put down that magazine and pick up Tiny Eddie's Periwinkle Dog's Leg Jelly.
Those are words. From Line Rider, for everyone who is concerned, the Tiny Eddie Alert song is Simple Gifts by Cooper Cannell. Go forth and create your own custom Eddie animations which may contain traces of this snack. Tiny Eddie's Periwinkle Dog Sled Jelly. What is periwinkle?
A color. I think it's also a flower.
Periwinkle Dog Sled Jelly. Oh, you probably have to jelly up your dog sled when you're, so you don't get, like, frostbite on your dogs.
How does jelly help with that?
Well, it's like special jelly. You know how they put, you put, like, Vaseline on things?
On your hair when you are a fire batonist?
Yeah. It's the same thing. So they jelly up the dogs. Or maybe just the sled. I don't know. I watched Balto. Randy Bits from Rearward Drake says, yesterday had so many coincidental Lord of the Rings things. Somebody first saw the trilogy on Twitter. You watched Fellowship, and my copy of the books and Hobbit would be arriving the next day. Someone or something is clearly sending me a message. Maybe it's Sauron. So, I actually feel like I know who Sauron is now. Where I didn't really... Like, I knew Sauron was an eye. But being allowed to pause the movie approximately 30 times really helped.
Your comprehension?
Yeah. Thomas says Sauron is an eye. Oh, he's so much more than that. You don't know him like I do. What we have is special. Morgoth? I don't know. Beckamon says, I've seen Lord of the Rings trilogy like 3 times in the past 2 years, and I still don't know anything about it. It really is the type of thing that I think you have to watch it with a knowledgeable friend. Mao is my knowledgeable friend. Because if you don't, there were parts that, like, something would get said, and I could tell that, like, it was something that was going to be relevant, or, like, and I would just pause and be like, okay. So, like, what happened? And that just, it actually made my experience of the film better. And I actually like the way the film is. I don't want them to over-explain things, because it would ruin it. It's, the way it is the way it should be, but man, it's different.
Like in the beginning, in the extended version, there's a clip of Sam and Frodo seeing the elves, and they're like, oh, they're going across the sea. And they don't explain
That was the first time I paused, I think.
And you paused it, and you were like, what? And I was like, it'll come back later, but...
Yeah, but see, so here's the thing. And I'm fine, and I don't need to know stuff in the future, because, like, we'll watch the other films, we'll get there. But I had to pause because I'm like, what is this? What is this something I need to know? what are these folks? They're elves of some sort. And then that was when Mal was like, okay, so like there's multiple elves. There's like not just one group of elves. There's multiple types of elves. And I was like, okay. And like learning that then helped, because you see the other elves in Fellowship, but like knowing that then helped like prime my brain to know that. And I need my brain primed. As I said earlier, there's a speed limit in my head. So like I want to make sure that I'm like ready to learn information, if that makes any sense. It really helped me understand the films better. If I would have just sat down and just watched Fellowship on my own, I think I would have been really confused. Because like there's some cool stuff in it, but the best part of all is understanding the relationship between the characters and the races and the factions and like how all that works. That enriches everything like a lot. Because if you don't know that, then you're like, I don't know what. Then it's just a movie where
there's a lot of like weird subtext during the council part 2, like when they're in Rivendell.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a lot of stuff with like Gondor and like the sword, and you're like, what's going on?
The film honestly feels as if it's the equivalent of like shooting a movie on Earth in the US and you watching it, and you just have to understand how life on Earth, how life in the US is. Like if you don't have that base understanding, you're gonna miss out on stuff. So like Lord of the Rings almost is made in such a way where like, well, obviously you live in Middle-earth and you understand some of the relationships. Because like they talk about things, but they don't talk about it to explain it. They talk about it as if you are in on it.
Yeah.
Like, well, you know those dwarves and whatever. And it's like, well, no, I don't. It's like, well, you should, because you live here in Middle-earth. So like, If you read the books, I can't even imagine how excited you would be for when the movies came out, because the movies would have been hyped up before they came out, and they lived up to the hype because they're really good movies. Chaz says there's some very in-depth cool stuff like the statues that just are on screen for 5 seconds and not explained that has whole stories behind it, and like that sort of thing, is really cool because when they're on screen, it's just like, oh, that's a cool statue. But if you know about it, then there's even more to know. So. And
as a film major, you were probably like, wow, look at that set piece they made that's not going to be on screen ever again.
There's some really impressive stuff they did from a filmmaking perspective, but it also was just a reminder of how far chroma key has come in 20 years, because some of the chroma key looks so bad. And I'm like, man. Like, there's many parts where I'm like, y'all are just walking in front of a big old screen, man. And it doesn't even remotely look real. But those were few and far between, and I was still very engrossed in the story, And it's very hard for me to get engrossed into the story of a movie. I'm always looking at technical stuff, and I was doing very little of that. So that made Lord of the Rings fun for me. I think it's one of the reasons I really liked it. We still have stuff to read. 26 months from Goombario. 300 bits from Anne, who says, I would just like to state that Periwinkle Dog Sled would be a great name for a ska band. We've had a lot of good ska band names, but I don't know how many folks are like itching to start a ska band. But you should. Ska's great. If you start a ska band, this is just a general statement. If you start a ska band, let me know. If you start a ska band, like tweet me one of your songs so I can listen to it, because I like ska. 300 from Blastoise says, oh, Grandpa, I can recommend places in India if you're interested. I would recommend going in the cool season, though, especially if you're going to the tropical southern region. I mean, I would be down for that. To avoid heat. Some heat I can do, but if it's like anything over like 95 degrees with humidity is too much. Yeah, I don't, and like I live in that, right? So like I live in the extreme heat here in the summer. But that also means that I don't want to visit that. Like, I have that here.
Like, when we were in Shanghai, it was so hot. And, like, I was looking at the weather on an app, and I was like, how is it cooler than home and feels so much hotter? And, like, I was checking the humidity, too, because I know to check that. But it was still, like, unbearably hot.
Yep. Stale beans, yee. I'll get beans updated. Man, I'll get beans updated quick because vlogs are caught up.
Yeah.
Beans will probably be beans will be current for Thursday, I guess. Seems right. For patrons, expect a new Patreon video. I'm gonna say before the end of the week. I would normally try and get it out tomorrow or Thursday, but I literally will not be able to Thursday because I'm going to be busy with something else. So by the end of the week, we'll just say by the end of the week, and we'll try and get that going. There's some interesting stuff to talk about. 500 bits from Gamer Girl says, I'm happy I can join breakfast stream after working 7 days in a row. It's time for a break.
Yeah.
It's time for a break. Which I'd actually recommend hot chocolate for that, so maybe I'm part of the problem.
Construction workers all agree. Nothing beats Tiny Eddie's garlic acid sticks.
Well, you just do better work on the job when you're full of acid. Take that as you will, actually. 1,000 bits from Mighty Crafting Live. 1,000 bits triggers Eddie. But how many to spin the ska band name generator? Be careful what you wish for. Every few months, a new generator. Why not? We were already wishing for it. I've actually been thinking about what another generator would look like. So we'll see. We'll who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows what the future holds? You already know that you're gonna get weird stuff when you're here. Like, that's just going to happen. It's always happened, and it will continue to happen. So we'll see what happens. 4 months from Togagot, 64. Appreciate that. 300 bits from Blastoise says, did you know that wizards in Lord of the Rings are actually just angels? The lore is crazy. Are they dead? Are wizards dead? I was talking to him. I was like, so wait, because they're talking about all of the different, like, all the races are there, and they're talking about what to do with the ring, right? And I'm like, okay, so there's elves, multiple types of elves, and there's dwarves, and there's various halflings, there's hobbits, whatever. And I was like, what are wizards? And I was like, I think wizards are their own thing. And I was like, they're their own thing? Because it's a class. Wizard is a class. Wizards are my R. I am aware this does not help you. Somehow I feel like Chaz got a special extra giggle from the Fellowship of the Ring vlog.
Chaz, you would have enjoyed being there and watching him watch it.
Don't worry, Chaz. If you wait like 2 years, I'll forget everything about the movie, and then we can watch it together, and it'll be all over again.
There's a riff tracks.
Oh, you don't need a riff tracks. I'll be your riff tracks. 30 bits from Cassie says, I applied for a new position at work, and I just got the email that I got. And just got the email. It's a pilot program, and I'm super excited to start.
Congratulations.
Nice. Congratulations to you. That's fantastic. I hope that position goes well. That's cool. I like it when folks share good news. Everyone, we can all use a little more good news. Learning for Blastoise. Yeah, Middle-earth is supposed to be pre-Greece Europe. I could see it. But with wizards. Since there's wizards. You know what I don't understand? and I thought this the first time I saw Fellowship. It certainly seems as if wizards are real powerful. Like, it really seems like they got some torque under the hood. And there's a lot. Well, here's my problem. There's a lot of times where I'm like, why isn't the wizard doing anything? There's times
I don't think he can.
There's times
there's rules or something.
There's times things are happening, and I'm like, I feel like the wizard could fix this up. And then, they don't. Anyway, I don't get that. Apparently there's a hierarchy, but...
Spell slots.
Powerful passive characters. Like, there's a part... This is not really a spoiler, in my opinion, because this is just... It's a long movie. If I tell you about a small portion of the film, you ain't gonna miss anything, I promise. There's like 4 hours of film. There's a part where they're on the mountain, and there's like an avalanche. Mm-hmm. And I'm thinking, oh, I bet Gandalf will help them out. And Gandalf's like, oh no, snow! And I'm like... And then later, he's like fighting a demon, and I'm like, Gandalf! What is going on, bud? Gandalf can't do anything when there's a little snowfall, and he can't be like, well, let me just like take that. Let me just deal with this. But whenever he's fighting, like literally like Satan, he's like, well, hold on now, I can do a Satan. I don't really understand that. He doesn't have the good burn. I tell you one thing. Thomas could save us all. Snow falling down. Man, I'm gonna write. How much did Tolkien write? A lot? Is there a lot?
There's a lot.
I'm gonna quit my job. Somewhere, Chaz is like, oh God. I'm gonna quit my job, and I'm just write my own version of Lord of the Rings, but it's just set within the universe of
the Good Burn?
Chicago, and it's about basketball. Somehow I don't think I would do as well as Tolkien has done.
Yeah.
So anyway, also, this is a great opportunity to say, once again, if anyone here is new, this is it. This is the show. 35 months from Marty Griff, 1980. 300 Bits and Wasted Now, it says, Swedish media did today an interview with an older man who's taken 6 vaccine shots. His name, Inge Waxen, which sort of translates to no vaccine. That man is an oxymoron. That's a lot of vaccine shots. I'm pretty sure you only need about like half that, bud. If you're there, I think we'll probably soon get to the point where folks will need a fourth, but that's kind of inevitable.
Well, at some point, it'll probably just be bundled with a flu shot.
I heard stories about some folks when the vaccines first came on the market, when someone was like going to get the vaccine and they were asking this, like, is this your first or second shot? And they're like, oh, it's my third shot. And they're like, what do you mean? And they're like, well, I already got Pfizer and I already got J&J. This is my Moderna. And it's like, well, you don't need... You're not supposed to get all of them. There were folks that thought they were Pokemon. I don't know. We got a sub from Dason of Anarchy 93. Welcome. 300 Bits from Satsy says, you know what you need to do? You need to set up a voice recorder while you're editing videos and just let your imagination flow. It'll be either glorious or chaos. I mean, that's how I wrote The Good Burn. You
just started typing.
Yeah, I think Thomas dared me.
He did.
That's generally how things like that start. And I sat down and I typed, and it was a lot. Like, the words per like there was a lot of information that came out very, very quickly because the entirety of Good Burn was written in like 90 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And when I read it, it's 30 minutes long. So like there's it just as fast as I could get it out of my head. I liked doing that. I liked doing Secret of the Corral. I like doing these things. They're not smart to do. A lot of these things take a lot of time, and they're not really that beneficial to do, but occasionally I just have to or I'll explode. So I'm wondering when the next time that I'll do one is. Sachi says, see, I thought voice recorder because then it wouldn't impede work. I mean... Yeah. Want me to dare you today? I think Chaz will fight you. I think Chaz will... Yeah, Chaz... No. Listen, I want to do first 20 so bad. I have... I can't say that. I have a desire to do first 20. And I'm ready to do it. I just have to get it figured out today, and either it'll come out and happen today, or we'll aim for tomorrow. But it sounds like
you might get to play Unite soon.
What?
You're caught up on vlogs.
I'm not caught up. I have a month's worth of 2018 vlogs. You don't understand. I don't get to do. Until I have nothing to do, I don't get to do something like that for leisure. Not happening. Not happening. Not happening. Oh, hey! I meant to mention this at the beginning. We've done an hour of stream. Any static sounds this morning? Because I did change something. Nope. Okay. Is that the first stream that we've had with no statics? Okay. I swapped out a capture card. And that's one thing I did change, but clearly that's not the stability issues because we're fine. So. Yeah. Alright. Man, if that's all it takes to solve that problem, I'm gonna be ecstatic. See, that's the thing. That's the thing. There's been a lot of crap, but I'm freaking figuring it out. And I'm going to do it. I'm going to figure this out. I've been very frustrated this month with a million things going on, but I'm going to figure it out. And then, it'll be great. Yes, ecstatic. For those who are not aware, since we got the new stream box, we were having issues with just, like, half a second of just a weird, like, that would happen, like, once a stream. Do a stream for an hour, and like for half a second, usually 20 minutes in, it would go, and that would be it. It did happen like a few times on Friday's stream.
Those are longer.
Yeah, and you know, there's a lot of things in the pipeline that it can be, but the easiest thing to try is like, I'm gonna swap out the capture card, and I don't think that the capture card itself is the problem. I think maybe it had something to do with the fact that I was using multiple cards at the same time. I don't know. I'm getting it figured out, little by little, man. I'm gonna make this work. I'm gonna get everything working. And everything's gonna be good, and I'm gonna be happy. I'm gonna be happy. Promise. 5 Bits Smarter Griff says, talking about catching them all, have you seen the new Pokemon yet? I have not. I know that there were some new Pokemon that were added to Arceus, but I have not seen them. And I know that we avoided putting them into the Pokemon Pokedex just because the game was new and we wanted to make sure that we didn't spoil it for folks. So that might get added in at some point, but we skipped it the first week because we didn't want folks to experience spoilers if they haven't had a chance to play it. Will I play it for first 20? No. Just being honest, I won't. Nintendo is kind and sends games our way. They have never sent us a Pokemon game. So I don't know. I'm assuming it's because they don't need help selling their Pokemon games. They're like, people are gonna buy Pokemon. We don't need your help for that. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. So we'll be doing some other stuff. I got some games already lined up. I got Steam up. I installed them. You know, things are good on that front. It's just a matter of making sure the system is stable. So maybe they'll send Kirby. Maybe.
Maybe.
Or maybe they won't because they know that I want Kirby, and they know that I'll just buy it. If they want to send it for free, that's fine. But I was gonna do it anyway. Unless they're watching this, in which case I don't know. I don't know if I want to play Kirby or not. I'm really looking forward to Kirby. There's not a whole lot of games that I feel like I get super excited about. And Kirby is definitely one of them. You know, Kirby is one that I'm looking forward to, and the fact that it was confirmed to have co-op is good.
Yeah.
Because I really want to play with Mal. So that comes out on the 25th of March, and we'll be streaming it. I'll just tell you now, we're going to be streaming it that night. If Pokemon is not done, then it'll have to wait, because I'm streaming Kirby. I'm super excited about Kirby, and I can't wait to play Fallout Kirby. It's going to be exciting. Can Mal be player 1 in a game?
So
She was player 1 in It Takes Two.
Yeah.
We had to swap places on the couch. It was terrible. Generally,
you don't have to swap places for this.
Correct. Generally, it's just whatever's pre-established to make it easier for the viewer. So, like, if we've played games before and people understand that I've been Kirby, I'm probably going to be Kirby, then I just stay Kirby. And then it allows you to be, like, different characters. You're tired.
I am tired.
You've been yawning a lot all of a sudden.
It just started to hit me.
Mal is the leader, it's true. Well, let's go ahead and wrap up, because it's already been an hour, so we can wrap up, and then I can get back to testing some stuff. I might...
You need to check my stuff.
Yeah, I gotta get your stuff out, too.
Yeah.
I gotta get your stuff out, too. And it's, like, mostly ready.
Yeah.
You just want me to look at the names?
Yeah.
That's it?
That's it.
Okay. Well, let's wrap up, and then Mal's stuff should be out, like, soon. If that's the only thing that you really have to do, then it'll be out really soon. We have 13 months from Zephyr West, and 2 months from Aggressive Alpaca, and a yawn from Mal. You poor thing. Dude.
I've been drinking decaf coffee, so.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Ever since surgery, I've noticed it's been better for me.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But I don't have that caffeine boost, so.
Well, we went to bed a little bit late.
Yeah.
Because I was up screaming in this room very loudly. So we'll take maybe a little nap or something. I might not. But I might. Really quickly, let's talk about things that are happening today. First things first, Mal Makes. We'll have that out. It is beautiful. It's so pretty. It is very, very pretty. When Mal told me her idea for this, she photoshopped like how she envisioned it. And I was like, that is beautiful. And in my mind, I was thinking, it's never going to turn out just like that, though. Like, this is perfect. And when Mal painted it, it came out just like that. And it blew my mind. I was like, this is incredible. Like, this is so gorgeous. So, really looking forward to it. It's not that I didn't doubt her. It's just, a lot of times when you're looking at a Photoshop mock-up, you're like, okay, but it's not going to look exactly like that. Like, it's going to be more painterly or what. Like, and it's not what happened. It looked like the Photoshop mock-up. And it was amazing. So I really am looking forward to folks seeing that today, and we'll get that out as quickly as possible. And as a reminder, there's a ton of auctions. So if you want to own a Mal Makes original...
18.
18? Oh my god.
Some of them are 2x2. There's a 4x4. There's a 3x3.
So some of them are small.
6x8, 8x10, and the big one.
And the big one is wide.
12 by 24.
Yeah, it's a 12 by 24, and it's a wood panel. So it's different. It's a little different than we normally do. But it's cool, man. It's really cool. I'm super excited for everyone to see it. And if you're like, oh, but will I like what game it's from? Ha ha ha! You'll see. 35 months from Spin a Trap. Appreciate it. Nearly to 3. Things are happening on our other channels. It's Tuesday, which means there's a new Skyrim highlights video coming out. We continue to release those. Dan's been doing a good job on those and has been able to keep up with that pace of releasing one a week. So there's a new one coming out at noon. And I don't know, vlogs are caught up. I might get yesterday's out, or I might work on other stuff and release it tomorrow, but either way, I'm feeling way better. Oh, yeah, as a last-minute thing, the submissions for fan favorites are over.
Boy!
They're over because the deadline was for January 31st. That being said, I'll just let you know that I have to give those...
To Dan.
I have to give those to Dan. So if you do have like a very, very last minute thing that you want to add, maybe let's just say from like December mail or something that's pretty recent, or earlier, when it doesn't matter. But if you have any last minute additions you want to add, you probably have realistically until like the end of the week. I would do it in the next 2 days because once I give that drive to Dan, he's going to get started on stuff, and then there will be a hard cutoff. But you do have like
Little bit of time.
you have a tiny bit of time, so throw it in there, and we'll have Dan start working on it. We're gonna try and get that out relatively soon. He's been busy. I've actually been really impressed with Dan because he got some of our stuff pushed ahead, and he was telling me, he's like, I also have been working on Runaway Guy stuff, and I'm getting that pushed ahead, and I've been working on Tom's stuff, I got that pushed ahead, and I'm like, good job, Dan. Like, he's really been he's been doing that. But also I think it's just because he's aware that there's some new stuff coming down the pipeline, and like he's gonna have to start cutting Pokemon, and I think he's just trying to give himself a buffer so he can work on that. So yeah, Dan's been doing a good job. And I think that's it.
I believe so.
I think that's it. Otherwise, first 20 might happen today, but it would be later because things have got to be fixed, and I might go to the store and get a Logitech keyboard and mouse,
or Bluetooth,
or a Bluetooth dongle or something. You know, I may, because I'm thinking that that's my problem. God help me. A Bluetooth dongle would be best because then I already have the keyboard and mouse. I also need a mouse pad. Oh, I want to show you guys. I needed to figure out a solution. For playing keyboard and mouse games on the couch, because easy with a controller, right? I use wireless controller, it's fine. But if I want to use keyboard and mouse, I need like a Surface. And I looked into these online. I was like, how much would it cost to get like a lap board? And there's all these lap boards, there's all this stuff online, and like they get really expensive. And I was like, man, you know what I really need?
just a piece of wood.
Just a piece of wood. So this is like one of the shelves from a Billy that we're not using. It works fine. I mean, I don't know it works fine. I haven't tried playing a game with it. Maybe when I start using it, I'll be like, oh, this don't work at all. But it's pretty heavy. Like this has got some weight to it. And I think it'll work. The mouse would not work on this, so I'm gonna have to get a
Mouse pad?
yeah, and we don't own a mouse pad.
Noah said that you could order one of mine. The new painting looks phenomenal on the desk mat, by the way.
Oh, I bet, because it's wide.
Perfect. It looks so good.
Oh, that's cool. So yeah, I'm gonna go to the store, maybe buy a Bluetooth dongle and like one of them little cheapo mouse pads, just so I have something. And if I can get all that working today, then I will do a first 20 stream later today. And if I can't do it today, then I'll do it tomorrow. So yeah, I'm doing the best I can. I've faced all sorts of obstacles in my path, but I'm doing my best to overcome them. We also have 300 bits from My Hilo, who says, "Morning, grandparents. First time dropping by a breakfast stream live. Californian, up way too early today. Sugar. Well,
It's early for you.
it's nice to get an early start though. It's nice to get an early start, so there's nothing wrong with that. We also have 7 months from Reneener. Thank you, Reneener. Drew says, do it on controller. It's not that I disagree with you, because I know that I'm like, I just want to get the first 20 done. But that is something I have to figure out. Mm-hmm. And I might as well just figure it out. That's where I'm at, you know. I might as well just get this thing working, because I'm going to have to get it working anyway. So I'm trying to solve it now. And knowing that my current wireless dongle crashes my computer is helpful to know. That's something I probably need to know. And 3-1 bits from Squid with the George Star Rain. And with that, we're done. Thank you, folks, for being here. We will see you either later today, or tomorrow.
For first 20?
For first 20. I'm doing my best. I'm trying to get it working. Bear with me. Happy birthday, Thomas! It's Thomas's birthday today. He was born long time ago in a galaxy not so far away. Thomas has 3 birthdays every year. So Thomas is 100 years old. Happy birthday, Thomas. You're a centennial dude now. Happy birthday, Thomas.